Hello, hello. I just wanted to share what I have on my table right now. There's a lot that's going on with my Let Loose with Mixed Media classes that are happening every Tuesday in collaboration with Maker Forte. But then I'm also doing other stuff on the side, and this is also a mixed media project. So it really started with this when I made this stamp for Maker Forte called Art Marks, and I just kind of I love this face. So I've just been making some dolls inspired by Megan Quinlan, and I decided that these dolls needed a place to live. So I've been making folios for them. And I had shared some of these dolls earlier, but they were not on tags at that time. So what I'm doing is, after stamping the face, I am giving this person a personality, adding some words on the dresses. In this one, I stitched a button on as well. And there's lots of different techniques going on here with gel plate printing, mark making, just collaging a lot of stuff. And then I decided I wanted to have the dolls on a tag. Initially, I had them up on my wall, and it was a really nice bunting, but then I decided I wanted to have them in a tag book. Now, I could have done a tag book, I could have done a hoop or a binder ring and have them become a flip book. But instead, for this particular project, I decided I wanted to learn how to make folios properly and then just give these ladies a home, if you will. So, as you can see, this folio has been made from one sheet of paper, and then I'm just dressing these up. How do I dress these up? So I wanted to show you, this one is a work in progress, obviously. But I will show you the two that I've completed, and you can see how much more of mixed media you can introduce. And it doesn't have to be super complicated. Like for these tags, I'll just explain what I did here. This is a gel plate print in the background. So whatever gel plate prints don't work out or don't look good by themselves, I just cut them and I place them in the background for some added interest. This is a sticker. There's some washi tape here, some vintage washi tape. This was a paper doily that I had that I cut up and just used as a hat. Scraps of gel plate printed paper. This is, again, a sticker that I made from acrylic paint. So just put some acrylic paint on these labels here, which was, easy to do. And then you just kind of cut it up and collage it. And then this is a frame die cut that I had from some time ago that I cut up, and a button that I sewed on, a label that I printed on my computer, and circles that I punched out. So this came together fairly easily. And then I just kind of plastered everything on this tag. So that's a mixed media piece right there. That wasn't very difficult to put together, given all the different elements. And I usually have die cuts stored away. So there are days when I'm not doing anything and I'll just kind of take my big shot out and I'll just die cut a bunch of stuff. So I just store it like this. So I have like leaves, feathers, flowers, and these are organized by color. So the purple, blues, greens, yellows kind of together. Then the reds and oranges. And then I also have some die cut words and things like that. So it becomes very easy when I am doing my mixed media pieces to just kind of grab one of these trays, pick and choose what I want to stick, and then just stick it on. I do the same thing with pattern papers that I find at Michael's, and I just cut up, things like this. So this is a 12 by 12 sheet of paper pad, and then I just sit down one day and I'll just cut up manageable pieces or sayings or things like that. And then I'm able to, like for example, this was cut from one of the 12 by 12 sheets, and then I'm able to attach it on. So it makes it really easy to do collage work when you have strips of paper and you have, I don't throw away anything. These are all trimmings from other projects, and I just have them. So that when I'm doing my mixed media pieces, I just take whatever I have already cut and collage it together, and then I'll use some, I have these washi tapes over here, I'll use those. I have a tin box full of these postcard style things, and I'll cut them up and I'll use those. I usually tear them off pretty much like this. So I have torn edges, and then I stick those. And then I'll take out some stencils and my brushes and just kind of add patterns. So instead of talking so much, let me show you what I mean when I say it's easy to put together these mixed media pieces. Also, I just recently got myself a faux memo printer, and I've just been making my own sticker sheets, so to speak. So I just type something up and then I'm able to print it out and stick it on here, and it's really easy to do also. But again, you don't have to have fancy stuff. You can just write this out. I feel like I don't have very good handwriting, so I prefer typing things out. But so this is an example of a complete folio. So this one has the theme of home, and these are my scribbles from a journal, which I took a photograph of and then printed on this gold sticker paper. This is washi tape, this is washi tape. This is a pre-printed piece of paper from a Michael's book, patterned paper book. This is patterned paper from the patterned paper book again. This is the back. So actually when you open it, the way you would open this would be like this. And then you can see the theme continuing, heart and home. And then I have more heart over here. And these are washi tape stickers for the most part. Some are patterned papers, some are just when I punch out things, I stick them on. And just some splatters and stamping here and there to kind of bring the piece together. So you'll see the same marks over and over throughout. That brings cohesion. And then she seemed like she was the inspiration for this, because she seemed like she was a dreamer and a warrior, and she was all about nature. And again, gel plate prints, various gel plate prints actually over here, some washi tape here. This is an acrylic painting I had done on thick paper. These are punched out gel plate prints. That's a die cut. These are die cuts. So it's just a matter of assembling things how you see fit, and lots of layers and everything, but still something that your eye goes to instantly. So when I open this, your eye goes here, and then it goes right away over here. And then you start noticing all the finer details. You start noticing that there's a gold strip over here. There's a butterfly that says Paris. And then you notice the girl, and then you open it, and then there's more of that same theme running through. So this is a photo that I took of the big tree. We went on a hike last week, and I had taken this photo, and I'm able to print that out with my printer and just stick that on. So you can collage a lot of things. This is again stuff that I wrote in my journal about home and where I belong and where my heart is these days, and I stuck those bits in here. So this is meaningful to me. This whole folio becomes meaningful when you make it personal. And that's what this is all about. It's about your personal journey and how you express it in mixed media format, so to speak. So this is telling a story. And this is very different from this other one that I created, which also has the paper dolls. But again, a completely different, it's still, there will be cohesion because these are all going to go in one book. So there will be that cohesion in terms of the marks that I have. They will be a little bit different in each. There will be the gold foiling because I used the same Michael's papers, but in a different color scheme. And you see how it's just, each one of these is going to turn out to be different. But it's still going to be like it's part of the same family. And again, you can take these out and you can look at all the details on these tags, and they have a place to live. So this one became more about be true to you, and that's why the U is in focus over here, and my happy place, and I have a map imagery going on over there. I made the feathers kind of correspond over here. Again, these were die cuts that I did a long time ago, and I just save everything. And then there's, each tag has its own different style with the ribbon and again, gel plate background print. Just some collaging. I mean, that's really all it is. It just comes together so fast when you have all of these pieces. So anytime you're not feeling creative, just do this. Cut some things up, put them on the side so that when you do feel creative, you're able to just pick up a box, put some things around like I have over here, get some stencils out, and start working on these. So I'm going to be working on this one next. It's very plain right now. The only thing I've done is put this in the notes section over here, but I'm going to be working on this one. And again, I don't really have a plan. I'm just kind of sticking with the same washi tape stickers over here, my foam memo, and writing and scribbling. And this is another one that I'll be building later, and it looks really like nice and neat right now. That's not my style. I like to get messy. So these will undergo a change, and each one seems to have its own theme. It seems like this one is do all things with love and kindness, be true to you. This one is about home and heart. This one is about believing in the impossible, having courage, and challenging your limits. Don't limit your challenges. Trust your crazy ideas. Trust you're stronger than you think. Don't be afraid to be great. So this one has a theme of its own already. And the colors, for me, I think is what made these themes come to life. I chose these colors, and then as I was putting all the dolls in, this one spoke to me as home, especially with all the greenery. I feel at home when I'm in the forest. And this with the blue and gold, the be true to you, drove that. This, because of the boldness of the red, drove the idea of believing in yourself, believing in the impossible. And then this one was just a beautiful gold, and I added some blue tones in it, but it's all about, being true to yourself, being kind and humble, and allowing yourself some grace. And this just has this beautiful dainty pattern over here. So I kind of go with the flow, see what I feel in the moment. That is my way of working with any pieces that I create with my mixed media. And I just wanted to share this journey as it's progressing, and I will share a final video when these are all done, and hopefully they'll have a book to go in. So I'll figure that part out as well and then share that. So I hope you're being creative, and if you're not feeling creative, you'll take inspiration from these and spend some time just collecting material, creating material out of scraps, and just storing it. Hoard, that's what I do. Just store everything. Some of these are from 2 years ago, and I'm using them now. I had no idea what I would do with them, but I'm doing something with them. So you never know, how things are going to come together. I had no idea that I would ever use these printed pieces. They were on a huge sale, 85% off at Michael's. It was too good to pass up. But I'm using them now, and that's what's bringing me joy in the moment. So if you're not feeling creative, just go ahead and do some organization, cut up some strips, die cut some things. If you have gel plate prints lying around that you don't like, that don't give you joy, cut them up. They take a life of their own when you cut up your gel plate prints, and then you can use them with something. These are all gel plate prints that I've die cut, and they look so beautiful in this format, but when they were a sheet of paper, they didn't look like anything. Same thing with words. If there's something that's just blah, die cut a word out of it. You can use that then. So just some ideas, and I will be back with the completed project. I don't know when, but at some point. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.